Hello everyone, this is really hilarious. I'm running late today for the Reiki Relaxation Circle, and one of the things I wanted to talk about was Mercury Retrograde. So we will get into that and you will see why I think it is so funny. But I've had problems with technology today, so my Zoom wouldn't connect to Facebook, and then I couldn't do a Facebook Live on my computer just on its own, so I'm doing it on my phone, so apologies for the poor quality sound and picture. Hi Babs! So here we are anyway, talking about relaxation and about the Mercury Retrograde, which has just started today and goes for the next 3 weeks. So I'm Arwen from Even Star Wellbeing, and I'm running these Reiki relaxation circles every Wednesday evening at 7:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And I wanted to do that to try and get everybody through the last few months of 2020, which has been one hell of a ride. Before I go any further, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which we are all participating in the circle tonight. For myself, that is the Wurundjeri peoples. I would like to acknowledge their elders and pay my respects to them, the elders past, present and emerging. I have been practicing Reiki for 6 years, and as well as being a Reiki master, I am also a holistic health and wellbeing coach. And I wanted to just give everyone an opportunity to be a little bit relaxed every Wednesday evening to receive some Reiki, which is energy healing. The word Reiki means universal energy, and it is a Japanese word. So Reiki itself is the energy healing practice from the Japanese tradition. But you would find, if you looked into most traditional cultures throughout the world, that there is some form of energy healing. And that is because this is energy that is all around all of us all the time. It is available to anyone and everyone whenever we want it. As a Reiki practitioner, I am trained and attuned to that energy, which means that I'm able to direct it and channel it wherever I want to send it. And for tonight, I'm sending it out to you. Now, even if you're watching a recording of this video, the energy doesn't know time or place or space. So whatever time you are watching this video, you are going to receive the energy healing. We're going to do one segment of tonight where we are directing the healing to you yourself, and then the second segment where we're sending the healing out to the world. So out to everyone, every person, every animal, every plant, and also to Mother Earth herself, who is really our first source of energy to start with. So this practice, if you haven't come across Reiki before, and you don't need to have to be able to participate in the circle, this practice is something that is a bit hard to get your head around sometimes, but you really just need to let the head go and participate with your heart, and you are going to feel the energy. And I'd love you to let me know when you do and what you feel and what you experience. But you might like to think about it like a radio station. So your favourite radio station is always there. But unless you have a radio tuned in to that correct channel, you're not going to be able to listen to the music or the talkback or the podcast or whatever it is that you want to listen to on your favourite radio station. And that is where I come in. So you can think of me as being the radio, making that energy available to you right now, and it's really right now whenever you are watching and listening to this. So very importantly, you need to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to watch. I'm not going to do anything interesting. So you can certainly just listen. You can lie down and not be able to see the screen. You can be sitting, you can be lying in whatever position you prefer. But being comfortable is really important so that your body doesn't distract you from what you're going to experience. So within this circle, we are acknowledging that we are all connected. And if you think about some times where you have perhaps had a premonition that something was going to happen, or you've thought about someone and then they call you, that's how you know that statement is true. Okay, so let's go into our first section for tonight, which is sending healing to you. So you will receive the energy for yourself. And as I mentioned at the start, which was so hilarious that I had all these technological problems, I wanted to focus today on the Mercury Retrograde. This is pretty commonly known astrological phenomenon. There's lots of, memes and GIFs and jokes on social media about Mercury retrograde. It happens a few times a year and sometimes it can feel like we're always in Mercury retrograde. Retrograde means that a planet, in the view from the Earth, a planet appears to be slowing down, stopping, and then even going backwards. Now, of course, the planet doesn't actually go backwards in its orbit around the sun, but that is how it appears, and the energy feels like that. So Mercury, as you may know, was a messenger of the gods in mythology. And the planet itself, the planet Mercury, is associated with communication, with being a messenger. Especially our everyday communication. And nowadays we communicate so much using technology, therefore it's become very much associated with technology as well. Also, in mythology, Mercury travelled to deliver the messages, and so the planet is also associated with travel. So retrograde energy tends to slow things down, but it gives us the opportunity to actually look more closely and reflect and introspect about these aspects, so especially about communication in this case. So the key points to be aware of are potential to experience delays and frustrations with communication. So if you just allow more time for your messages, for your communications to get through or to sink in or whatever it is. Same with travel, so allow more time. There may be delays. Editing your writing, so reviewing and finishing off things, especially to do with communication, is great at this time rather than starting new processes of communication. Backing up your data on your technology, definitely this is the time to make sure you are doing that. And the other thing is delaying anything that is has a major involvement of communication, so such as making an agreement or signing a contract, even a big purchase. It's best to not do that during this period. It goes for 21 days, so it's through until, I think it's the 3rd of November. Because it's going backwards as well and allowing us to reconsider and review things, you may reconsider old relationships in your professional or personal life at this time. So we are going to focus our healing today on the energy of communication, which is our truth energy, one of the 7 essential energies. And you may know this as the throat chakra. I try and avoid using those terms because I don't like to think about it just as like one little spot in your body, which is how people tend to think of the chakras, and that's not how they are, but I'd rather call them energies. So this energy helps you to speak your truth, to express yourself authentically, to make choices that are true to you, and to reveal what is in your heart to the world truthfully. So for the first part that we're going to do, we are going to meditate using a mantra or a mind vehicle. So using a sentence, which is what we focus our mind on. Remembering that meditation is not about having an empty mind. That is literally impossible. So we use a mantra as the focus for our mind, and the practice of meditation is continually refocusing on that statement, on that mantra. What we are going to use as our mantra today is, I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. So I would invite you to close your eyes and start paying attention to your breath to start with. And place your hands on yourself. Now ideally, because we are working with this truth energy, it would be wonderful if it's comfortable for you, and this will probably only work if you're lying down, although you might be fine sitting, but placing your right hand just gently on your throat. And then with your left hand, placing it very low on your abdomen, like right, kind of resting your hand in your lap if you're sitting, but right low down on around, so below your belly button, right as low as you can get, close down to your hips. If that's not comfortable, please place your hands wherever you would like on yourself, so palms facing you. And if you have pain anywhere, then I would certainly understand and ideally suggest that you should place your hands where you have that pain, because we're going to be sending healing energy now. So closing the eyes down, slowing the breath down, and focusing on the breath to start with. What I am going to do is start to send you the Reiki energy in just a moment. But for now, just making sure you're taking the fullest, deepest breaths that you've taken all day. So breathing completely into your belly, so feeling the belly expand as you breathe in. And very importantly, also releasing the exhalation fully and completely. A lot of the time we hold on to some of our breath. We do not exhale fully. You need to let go through the breath. You may start to feel the flow of energy through your hands. You may not, and it doesn't matter. Either way, it's happening. So, for 5 minutes, we're going to use our mantra, I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I'm going to use, I can't use my timer. I normally do that on my phone and I'm filming on my computer. Never mind, that's okay. What I'll do is I will just periodically remind you of the mantra. So that is the focus for your mind at the moment. Breathing deeply and focusing on the mantra. We're going to do this for 5 minutes. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. So allowing your mind to be filled with only those words and your breath. And every 30 seconds I will remind you of the mantra so that you can bring your mind back to that focus and practice meditation. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely trust and fully express my authentic self. I now completely completely trust and fully express my authentic self. We're now going to leave the mantra, but just remain with your eyes closed. And hopefully continuing to feel the energy flowing through you. And if you don't feel any tingling or heat or heaviness, then that doesn't mean that that energy is not flowing through you, and you will feel the benefits afterwards. But now we are going to send the energy out to every other being on the planet and to Mother Earth herself. So I'm using you as a connection to spread that healing further. I would now invite you to place your hands with the palms facing upwards rather than towards yourself, in whatever position is most comfortable. So if you're lying, you might like to do the full yoga Shavasana position, the corpse pose, with your arms a little bit away from your body and the palms facing up. But really the main thing is that you are comfortable. So just holding on to that sensation of energy travelling through you, because I am still sending it to you, and through you we are sending it further out into the world. Just breathing and focusing on the breath once again, and really noticing this time that although you continue to breathe right down to the bottom of your belly, you're feeling the sensation of the breath within your chest, within your heart space. If you really focus on it, you can feel your heart beating within your chest. And as well as being that all-important organ in the body, the heart is an incredible source of magnetic energy. And this energy can be used to move outwards from you and be sent wherever you want to send it. So we're going to even increase that magnetic power of your heart even further, first of all using gratitude. So bringing something to mind that you're grateful for. Doesn't matter if it's something very small, like the fact that it was an amazingly beautiful sunny day here in Melbourne today. Something that makes you feel grateful, happy, joyous, carrying that thought into the heart space and using that to further activate the energy of your heart, your love energy. Taking a big deep breath in, into that energy, breathing the energy of the earth into your heart, and then as you breathe out, sending that energy to everyone else in your household. Breathing deeply in again, and then breathing out and sending the energy to everyone, every animal, every plant, every person in your neighbourhood. And in again to top up your own energy and activate your heart, and out, breathing energy to everyone in your city or town or local area. Breathing energy in again, and as you exhale, sending it out to everybody in your state or territory or province. And breathing in again, deeply and fully, and then as you exhale, sending the energy out to everyone in your country. And then breathing in, and with the exhalation, the energy is traveling to every living creature on this planet. Visualize that energy wrapping all around the world. And breathing in one last time, and then with your exhalation, visualize the energy traveling back to the earth to nourish, to show our gratitude, to appreciate this planet. So keeping the focus on the breath, and you may also like to continue to feel the energy within your truth energy center at the throat. And I'll read through another meditation which I'm basing on one from a book called Wheels of Life by Anadea Judith. Before the beginning, all was darkness and all was void. The face of the cosmos was deep and unmanifest. Indeed, not a face at all, but endless nothing. No light, no sound, no movement, no life, no time. All was null, and the universe was not yet created, nor even conceived, for there was no form in which to conceive or to be conceived. In its emptiness, the darkness fell upon itself and became aware that it was nothing, alone and dark, unborn, unmanifest, silent. Can you imagine this silence? The silence of nothing. Can you quiet yourself enough to hear it? Can you listen to the silence within you? Breathe deeply but slowly, so the breath is silent in your lungs. Feel your throat expand with the air coming in. Listen for the nothing. Listen for the quiet. Listen deep within yourself for the place of stillness. Slowly breathe into this void, a deep and peaceful breath. In its infinite quiet, darkness fell upon itself, and in its emptiness knew itself to be alone, and alone it desired another. In this desire, a ripple moved across the void to fold and fold again upon itself, until it was no longer empty and the void was full with birth. In the beginning, the great unmanifest became vibration in its own recognition of being, and that vibration was a sound from which all other sounds were born. It came from the sun in his first emanation. It came from the moon in her eternal answers. In their union, the sound arose and spread through all the void and filled it, and the sound became one, and the sound became many, and the sound became the wheel that turned and turned the worlds unto the dance of life, forever singing, always moving. If you listen, you can hear it now. It is your breath. It is in your heart. It is in the wind, the waters, the trees and the sky. It is in your own mind, in the rhythm of each and every thought. From one sound does it all emerge, and to one sound shall it return. And the sound is Chant it now inside you quietly. Let it build within your breath. Let the sacred sound escape you, moving on the wings of air. Rhythm building, deep vibration rising up from deep within. Chant the sound of all creation, sound that makes the chakras spin. Louder now the voice arises, joins with other sounds and chants. Deeper now the rhythms weaving all into a sacred dance. Rhythms pounding, voices growing, echoing the dance of life. Sounds to words and words to music, riding on the wheels of life. Guiding us along our journey, moving spirit deep within, chant the voice that is within you. This is where we must begin. Up from silence, breath and body, calling now into the void. Hear its answer in the darkness. Fear and pain have been destroyed. Sun is the first vibration, moon is the flow. Sound unites us in our vision, harmonizing all we know. Soon the silence comes again with echoes of primordial sound, purifying all vibration, echo of the truth profound. I hope that has given you some amazing energy in your truth energy center. I hope you have felt wonderful feeling and sharing energy out with all other living beings, and that you have experienced relaxation and healing yourself this evening. So don't forget, this is an opportunity that is here for you every Wednesday evening. I thank you so much for watching whenever you are doing that, and send you my blessings for this week and for this Mercury retrograde period. Namaste.